Hey guys, yeah. Today we are going to discuss about arithmetic operators, right? The second topic in that study we have discussed increment and decrement operators. Today we are going to discuss about second topic is arithmetic operators. What are the arithmetic operators, guys? What are the arithmetic operators? And division and modulo. Modulo also will come. Okay. Now, mute. Okay, now, yeah, let's see practically. Now, if you want to add up two numbers, okay, so how exactly internally the compiler will evaluate the expression. Okay, how exactly internally it will evaluate the expression means, now let's see, mm, into a equal to 10, okay, into b equal to 20. Okay, let's say what is the a plus b. Now, if you want to do of any arithmetic operation, a plus b something will do, right? A plus b equal to, what is the value now? It will come as 30, right? Now, what is the type of that also? What is this 30 type? Integer type. Correct. Okay. Now, a plus b will come as integer 30 will come. Now, int c equal to a plus b means it will come as 30. Okay, let's say for example, I'm taking byte byte b equal to 10. Okay, byte c equal to 20. Right, if I'm doing byte d equal to b plus c, what is the value it will come? System dot system dot out dot ln of d. Okay, now let's write this code. What is the output? It will come 30. Output will come as 30, right? Now let's go and verify it. Write one class. So will it get any? Will it get output or will it get any error? Yeah, I will write main method. Okay, arithmetic main method. Okay, if I'm writing the code, okay, let's wait. So if I'm writing this code, if I'm adding those two, byte B and byte C, will it give output or will it give any error? If it is giving error, that we will discuss. You can just guess it. It will give error or it will. In case of int and int, no error, right? Let's say int int. Okay. Now let's remove it. Okay. Now let's see the output is coming or not. Output is coming as 30, right? Now let's say for suppose if I'm changing to byte, okay? Changing to byte. Is byte is a primitive type or not? It is the smallest primitive type. What is the all primitive types? Small one is byte. No, byte, short, int, long. After that, these are integral. Floating is float and double. Apart from float, character and boolean is there. Right or not? Now, in case of integer things, it is not giving any error, right? Now, let's say in case of byte case, will we get Output or error? Now let's see. It is giving. It is giving. What is the byte max range? 127. So by combining these two, what is the value? B plus C, 30, right? So but still it is not equal, but still it is giving error, right or not? Why it is giving error? The reason is internally it will follow some formula. Internally compiler will follow some formula while calculating the arithmetic operators. Okay, that formula is like the method max of first variable as int it will take. Okay, next is type of one variable. Okay, next type of variable variable b. Okay, let's say max is int is common, this one. So the first variable is of type what type? Byte. In our case we are adding two numbers, right? Okay, while adding these two numbers, this first number will be assigned to b here. Okay, next this value will be assigned to byte of c. Okay, out of all these three, which one will take max priority, means which one will take more memory? Okay, byte is of how many bytes? One byte, right? The memory. Next to sat is 2 bytes. Integer is 4 bytes, right? Out of all, which is the bigger one? Yes, correct. Integer is the bigger one. That is the reason if you are assigning this value to integer, it will not give any error. Apart from that, if you are assigning to any other one or bigger values, means it will give fine. Okay, if apart from that, if you are giving to smaller one, means we need to do we need to do typecasting. How to do typecasting means if you are telling byte intentionally. Okay, if you are telling byte intentionally, then it internally it will convert to byte. Then only, otherwise by default it will take as integer. Okay, whenever it is doing a arithmetic operations, it will follow some rules. It will consider out of which first one is int. Okay, next one is byte and byte. If you are giving byte and short, which is the max one? Out of three, one is a byte variable, other one is short variable, first one is integer. So out of three, integer is the bigger one, right? So we can assign that value to integer. If you want to convert to short or byte intentionally, then we need to do typecasting explicitly. Okay, now let's see how many the different scenarios we will see. Okay, multiple scenarios. Now we have seen byte plus byte is int, right? In the same way, I will take off the second one is short. Second one is short. And in this case also, by default, let's comment this part. Byte b equal to, it will give off error, will give error. The reason is byte plus sat plus int is the bigger value is int. So if it is the case, we can assign it to integer, but not for byte. If you want to do byte plus sat plus int, means intentionally if you want to convert, we need to do explicit typecasting. Explicit typecasting. Then in that case it will not give any error. Okay, like that there are some multiple scenarios. So for before that, the sequence I will tell you. What is the sequence from lower to higher? Now let's go to some document, or else instead of that, already we have in the document I have prepared. We'll go for that. Okay, now these are the possible scenarios. The first smallest one is byte and short. Next int. From carries also 2 bytes. Okay, that is also less than int, right? After int it is going to long. After long it will go to float. After float the highest one is double. The highest one is double. Okay, highest one is double. Now next, the possible scenarios. Byte plus byte means it is giving of converting to int. Okay, it is following of this formula. It is following of max of int type of a, type of b. Okay, it is following this formula, and then it will based on that it will decide that which return type, which type of where exactly we can store this result. Okay, now byte plus byte we can store inside int only. Byte plus short also int only. Now let's say byte plus long. Byte plus long. Let's say for example, if I am taking this as long, I am taking that as long. Then what is the what is the expectation? Which one is big one, guys? Which one is big? Let's say one is byte, other one is long. Out of one, which one is the bigger one? Long. Yes. This time try. If you are trying to store that value into int, if you are trying to store that value into int, it will not accept that. It will give error. Correct or not? So out of which integer is small, long is bigger one, right? Long is 8 bytes and int is 4 bytes only. That is the reason it is giving error. From this you should understood whichever having max value out of values which we are passing. Okay, then it will consider that as a in that data type only it can store that value. Okay, if you want apart from any other data primitive type you want to store, then we need to use of explicit typecasting. Okay, is it clear? Now let's go to long plus double. Out of these two, which one is bigger one? You can see from this diagram you should understood the double is the highest one. Okay, below that is float, below that is long, below that is int. Like that, from this you should understood the highest priority value you should give whenever you are assigning that value. Okay, the two operands value, two numbers value, if you are assigning, if you are doing of arithmetic operation, whichever is a bigger data type, we should assign that result into that data type. Okay, now out of long and double, double is the bigger one. Correct or not? Now float and float, float is float. Same. Both are same. Okay. Now float and long, which one is the bigger one? Which is before? Float and long. Float is the bigger one, right? Now char plus char, that is also int. Okay. Out of these three, byte, short, int, char. So by default it will consider as int. By default it will consider as integral type. Next, char plus double. Can please go on mute, guys? Yeah. Char plus double. Okay, character plus double value you are storing. So then in that, whenever you are adding of one character plus one double, okay, then in that case you will take off double. That we will see practically now. Okay, now go to we'll take off one example. Take off one example. Yeah, go to now. If I it is long, right? In this case we should go for long, otherwise it will give error. Now char equal to a. Okay, I want to add of one double value plus one double value, one capital D. Okay, give and 10.5. By default it will take as a is not there, right? Keep a. C is already duplicate ch. Okay, now I want to add up one character plus and one double value. So what is the bigger one now? Let's say system.out.println. What is the type we need to store, guys? To storing up to adding up these two numbers. One is character, one is double value. So what is the value of these two if you are combining? Ch plus a. What is the value? It is of double a. Right or not? Now let's see what is the value it will come. Okay. Now let's see. What is the value, guys? What is the value of this two ch and double? No idea. What is the a value? What is the a value? Unicode value. 97. Right? Now 97 plus 10.5. Sorry? 107. Right? Internal it will take off that Unicode 97. Okay? Whenever it is doing off addition, it is taking it will take off the Unicode value. Okay? Is it clear? And that too we can do of only for primitives only. Okay? Not for Boolean. Right? Is it clear now? Right? We can do of one character plus one double, one character plus one float. Like that we can combine of any of two. Okay? Now next we'll go for let's go and see. All these are you can practice with this combination solves if you want. Okay? While you are practicing. Now I'm telling of one a plus if you want to give of one both characters also we can add. Okay, let's say remove that plus b. What is the value it will come now? It will come ab or it will come some integer. What is the output it will come? 97 plus 98, 195, right? This is of 97. This is of 98. Internally it will take up the Unicode value, guys. Remember that, okay? Whenever you are doing a character. Now next we will do of one more. Let's say for example, if I am doing a well enough 10 by 0. What is the output for this, guys? What is the output? 10 by 0 means what is the output? Sorry, we can't, right? So we'll get off some error. What is that? Some error will get. Normally 10 by 0 is it is of infinity, right? So we'll get some error, but not always error. Some scenarios is there. Okay, infinity also will come. That will say. So in this case, it will give up divide by 0. Why divide by 0 means for integral. Integral means byte short int. Okay, byte short int long. For these types, it will give as divide by 0. Okay, let's say for example dot 0. Okay, then in this case what is the now is it is of integral or float or double floating point? It is of floating point, right? The dot decimal means we can say floating points. It can be a float or it can be a double. Okay, we can say it is a floating point number. If you are divide by 0 with floating point number by divide by 0 means it will give off infinity. It will give off infinity. In this case it is giving infinity. Okay, if you are giving going for the negative value, if you are giving negative value, it will give off negative infinity. It will give off negative infinity. How it is giving negative infinity means inside floating classes, floating point classes, there are some constants is available to represent positive infinity and negative infinity. To represent positive infinity and negative infinity. See this? The source code is not able to see, but still we are able to see the constant public static final float positive infinity infinity, for negative infinity minus infinity. Are you able to see these two, right? Now let's copy this here, maybe you will clear more. See here, this is what it is there inside the class, floating classes. Okay, float classes. Positive infinity is there, negative infinity is there. That depends on the value which we are doing. Divide by 0. Okay, whether it is a negative float value or positive float value, based on that it will give the output. It is a positive infinity or negative infinity. Okay, and one more. Is it clear, guys, this one? If it is a integer number, if it is a integer type number, then it will give up divide by 0. For float and double, it will not give error, or it will not throw any exception. It will give up based on the value which we are passing, negative value or positive float value. Based on that, it will give either positive infinity or negative infinity. Okay, the error will come only for integral numbers. If you are passing of any number which is related to either int, short, float, long, whatever it is, in that case only it will throw the error. Okay, okay. If it is a floating point numbers, then it will give off positive infinity or negative infinity. Okay, is it clear, this point? Clear or not, guys? Not clear means I'll repeat it again. If we are divide by 0 is doing with the integer numbers, integral numbers, int means byte, short, int, long. If you are doing for these numbers, then it will give off error. It will throw the error. Arithmetic exception it will throw the arithmetic exception. But in case of floating point numbers, it will not throw any exception. It will give off infinity value. If you are giving as a positive number means positive float or double number means it will give infinity. If you are giving negative float or negative infinity, double number means it will give off negative infinity output. Okay, let's say for example, okay, let's say if I am giving 0 by 0. What is the output, guys? What is the output it will come? 0 is integer or a float number? 0 is integer or float number, guys? Integer. Correct. So, in this case, it is expected divide by 0. Okay. If it is a if it is a 0.0 means then it is a float. Then what is the output that you are expecting? What is the output that you are expecting? Infinity, right? No, it is wrong. It will give NaN. NaN means not a number. It is not a number. Okay, but here in this case, no NaN. No, it's not positive NaN. It's not negative NaN. If you are giving either negative value or positive float value 0.0, it will give always NaN. There is no negative NaN. There is no positive NaN. Always NaN. It is not a number. The meaning of that NaN means, okay. Now, if it is for integral type means it will give off error, guys. Divide by 0. If dot decimal is there means it will treat as a not a number. If it is a integral number means then positive 0. Okay, positive only 0 without decimal. Then it will treat as a integral number. Then in that case it will throw as divide by 0 exception. Okay. Now can go and see that. Infinity in integral byte, short, int, long, there is no way to represent infinity value. For this integral numbers, we can't there is no way to define that infinity value. So that is the reason it will throw the arithmetic exception divide by 0. for this data types. Okay, but for floating point numbers, there is a some way to represent that infinity. Okay, so what is those way means, there are some two constants is available in the float and double classes to represent positive infinity value and negative infinity value. Okay, that is the reason it is not throwing any error. Now, hence, even though the result is infinity, we won't get off any arithmetic exception for floating point arithmetic. Okay, we'll get off infinity values. Next, NaN. Okay, NaN means not a number. For integral numbers again, byte chart int long, there is no way to represent undefined. Actually, it is undefined. Okay, so but there is no way to represent for the integral numbers the output as undefined. That is the reason it is throwing as divide by zero exception even for 0 by 0 also. Okay, for floating point numbers, if it is a minus zero point 0 by 0.0 means it will give as a, instead of divide by 0, it will throw as, it will give as NaN. Okay, not a number. Okay, that's what the meaning of NaN means. Now, when the arithmetic exception will come, okay, so arithmetic exception will come at runtime only, because of only integral numbers, because of only integral numbers, not with floating point. For floating point, we can't get arithmetic exception at any point of time. Okay, arithmetic exception will come only for integral numbers, right or not, guys? Let's say if it is 0 by 0 or 10 by 0, okay, or 10 by 0, 20 by 0, for integer numbers only the exception will come. Which exception? Arithmetic exception. Divide by 0 will come only for integral numbers, byte chart int and long. For float and double, we will not get off, we will not get the divide by 0 exception at any point of time. Okay, guys, that's what the second point. The only operator which causes arithmetic exception is divide by and modulo. Because of these two operators only, we will get the arithmetic exception. Is it clear, guys, up to this? Guys, if you are using any plus, minus, multiply, do you think we'll get a divide by zero arithmetic exception? I don't think so. Okay, let's say if 10 into 10, it will come as 100. If 10 into 0, okay, 10 into 0, 0 it will give, right or not? It will not give off any error, right? But the only possible scenarios is either if you are doing dividend or modulo. Okay, either dividend or modulo. If you are doing only those two operators, if you are using in our calculations, some cases it will throw the arithmetic exception. There is no other possibilities. Okay, clear, guys, up to this? Up to this clear, guys, right? Now we'll go to, the next one is concatenation. Just now we are doing arithmetic operators, right? Plus means we are doing of multiply, or we can do of any other operation normally. But the main thing is these are the scenarios which will cause the errors that we need to discuss. Now, arithmetic concatenation. String concatenation means combining two string values. Combining two string values or two numbers. Okay. So that we'll see. The only overloaded operator in Java is plus operator. Sometimes it act as a arithmetic addition. If you want, sometimes it act as a string concatenation operator. Okay. That compiler can understood which type of operation that we need to do. Okay, let's say what is the, yeah, now in this case what is the output is, it is both are inter, whatever the both are numbers, right? In this case we can expect of plus, right? What is the use of plus in this case? To combining of two numbers, right? 10 plus 20. right or not? Let's say if I am taking string s equal to abc, okay, string s equal to abc. Now what is the output of s? Now in this case, what we are doing, what we are combining, one is string value, the other one is number value. Guys, before the two numbers, so the compiler can understood both are numbers. I need to do of arithmetic operation of type two number addition. Okay, now if it is a one is string, one is a number means, then in this case, just it will add off both. Okay, just it will add off both abc comma 20. It is not a arithmetic operation of two numbers, just it will combine, concat both the string and number. If both are numbers, if both are b plus a, then if in this case, then it will internally it will understood both are numbers. So I need to combine these two results, 10 plus 20 equal to 30. Like that compiler can understood that code. Okay, now let's see practically. See, if it list contains one argument is of string type, then plus operator will act as a concatenation operator. If both arguments are number type, then plus operator will act as a arithmetic addition operator. Okay, guys, from this point you should understood, out of two arguments, if out of two or 10 or whatever it is, out of two arguments, if anywhere we have concatenation or string is there, then based on that it can decide that whether I need to, whether it should do the arithmetic addition operator or concatenation operator. Now let's see practically, that we'll see. Okay, we'll take off one example. Let me take off one example. Okay, now in this case, so what is the value? I have taken one string variable. I have taken one string variable a equal to ibc. Okay. Next int equal to b equal to 1. Guys, I have all are int type. So that is the reason I have taken as single variable. Okay. Normally it will be of like this. Okay. Into d. Okay. Now what I am doing, the what is the first statements, what I'm doing, guys, you should tell that the output. Now a plus b plus c plus d. Okay, now equal to, so what is the a value, guys? Ibc, no, ibc, not a, ibc plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3. Okay, in this case, what is the output? How compiler means, it will check first from left to right, it will go from left to right, it will go, guys. ibc one first, these two it will check. Okay, one is string, one is number, right? So just simply it will combine ibc 1 plus 2 plus 3. Okay, first it will combine up these two, it will do expression, it will evaluate that first two operands. Next again ibc 1 plus 2 plus 3. Next time ibc 1, again ibc 1 plus 2 is 2 plus 3, it will come like this. Next, both are, it is already string, so next all it will come as ibc 1 2 3. Okay, this is the first one, right? Now what is the second one? Next one is b plus c plus d, b plus c plus d, you should tell now. Okay, the 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus ibc. Okay, now tell me the output. What is the output of 1 2 3 ibc? Huh? What is the value of 1 plus 2? 3, right? Yes, 3. Yes, 3. Only it will evaluate 2. Okay, first two operands only it will calculate it. 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 3 plus IBC. Okay, in the next evaluation again, in the next evaluation, what is the 3 plus 3? 6 plus IBC. Okay, now 6 plus IBC, what is the value? 6 IBC. Both are, one is string, one is integer, right? 6 IBC. In the second case, it is of 6 IBC. And what about the third case, guys? You should understand and tell me what is the output of third one? B plus C plus A plus D. 3 IBC 3. Correct. Okay. First 1 plus 2 is 3 plus IBC. Last is it will concate of 3. What is the last one? 1 IBC 2 3. Yes, correct. Now you understood that. Now let's go to practical things. Now let's go on to practical things. Understood, right, guys? This one. This is the first one is IBC 1 2 3. Right. Next one is 6 IBC. That's what you said. Next 6 IBC. Next third one is what is third one, guys? 3 IBC 3 IBC 3. The last one 1 IBC 2 3. IBC 2 3. Yeah. Now let's run it. Is see that is it output is coming correct or not? Whatever you did. Okay, that whenever you are doing of evaluation, okay, you should remember that whether both are numbers or one is number, one is string or not. Okay, so if it both are number, it will do a arithmetic addition operator. If one is a number, one is a string, means then it will concat both, just to combine that. Okay, that's what is happening. Let's say we'll take off one more example. Okay, let's say for suppose if it is a one is a, now if I want to do of a equal to, okay, a equal to b plus c plus d, can I do this? Can I do this, guys? It is giving error. The reason is, why it is giving error? The reason is b plus c plus means what is the value of b? 1 plus 2 plus 3, right? So if it is this, what is the output of these three? 6, right? So can we assign 6 to what is the type of variable? A string. We can't assign integer to string value. See, cannot convert into 2. Actually 1 plus 2 plus 3 is coming as 6. You can't assign 6 value to string variable. That's what this meaning. Okay, let's say for example, if you take off if you take, let this is giving error. Okay, now if I am giving as a equal to a equal to a plus b plus c, then what is the output, guys? Will it give any error, or will it give output? Output is, what is the output? IBC 1 2. Correct. So the reason is, one is string, at least one string is there to assign that value to string. Okay, this is correct. Now next, b equal to b equal to b plus c plus d. What is the output? Will it give error or out? Will get output. Yes, there is no string value, right? So no issue in this case. Okay, now we are good. Is clear, right? Whenever you are doing a concatenation with string, okay, if both are numbers, it will do arithmetic addition operator. If one is string means, then it will do a string concatenation. Okay, now next go to relational operators. Next go to relational. I have given example also, guys. You no need to worry. Okay, next is relational operator. The relational operators are greater than, greater than or equal, less than, less than or equal to. These will called as a relational operators. Okay, relational operators. Now the relational operators are applicable only for primitive types, except boolean. Apart from boolean, we can assign for any other primitive data types. We can use relational operators. Okay, relational operators. Now let's see through practically. We'll take some example. Okay, we'll take up some example. Let's write one class relational test. Okay, main method. Relation operators are, let's give relation operators is less than, comma, greater than, less than or equal to, comma, greater than or equal to. Okay, now let's say if I want to, if I want to do of any validations, if I want to do of any conditional checks, conditional checks, for that we'll use of relational operators. Let's say for example, take of any values. Okay, 100 greater than 200, so I use it of greater than. Out of four relational operators, one relation operator is greater than. Okay, what is the output of these two guys, this expression? What is the output of this expression? False, right? So it is of false. Now if I am giving, simply there is nothing, guys. This is only for these four operators will use for validation or conditional checks. Okay, for conditional checking purpose, we will use this one, less than, greater than, or let's say in this case we can use of any, apart from boolean, we can use of any type, guys, any type. Let's say here we'll keep it as 100 and here we'll give as d. Okay, what is the output, guys? What is the output you are expecting now? What is it? False. Why it is false? So what is the unicode of d? 100, right? 100 less than 100, will it become true or false? False, right? Obviously it's false, right? It is not equal to, right? Correct or not? Right? If it is a equal to means, then it is different. Correct? Right or not? If it is a 100, D means 97 means A, 98 means B, 99 means C, 100 means D. 100 less than 100 is false. So condition will not satisfy. 100 less than or equal to 100. Then in this case, it will satisfy the condition. True will come. Okay. Next, if you give off any, for give off one floating point also. Okay. For identifying of, it is accepting for all the meaning. Okay, b for capital A greater than or equal to 6. Okay, now what it will give? What it will give of false, right? Yes, it is bigger because a value is 65. No, no, 65 a value is. It is capital A, guys, not small a. Okay, small a means 97. Capital A means it is Unicode is 65. It will start. Okay, less than, greater than, Like that you can use of, let's say if I am using of any boolean operators, okay, boolean operators of some false, okay, false greater than true, false greater, so can you evaluate this expression? No, because we can't say anything like it is undefined. We can't say that. It cannot. The compiler cannot understood that it cannot evaluate this expression. So that is the reason for Boolean variables. The relational operators are not applicable. Okay, clear, guys? These are less than, greater than, and greater than or equal to. Okay, less than or equal to. Now, let's say for example, if I am taking off some objects, object types, these are all primitives, right? So now, and for objects also, we can't use relational operators. We can't apply relational operators for objects. Let's say string s equal to abc. Okay, now if I'm taking one more as one more string, one more string s1 equal to, okay, ibc2, okay, or abc. Okay, now if I want to compare these two, if I want to compare these two, so less than and greater than symbols are not applicable for string types, also for object type. For this is will call it as a object, guys. S and s1 are object. We can't use or we can't apply relational operators to object types. For object types, that is not possible. Okay, next point, one more is rule. So in this case, what we are doing, only two operands, 100 greater than 200 is, it will give either true or false, right? So 100 is small, so it is giving of false. Let's say if I am doing greater than 300 again, okay, in this case it is giving error because the nested relation operators is not allowed. This is, let's say what it will do, first to 2 it will evaluate, right? 100 greater than 200 it will give as false. False greater than 300 means how it will evaluate, we can't write. One is boolean, other one is integer, so it cannot evaluate this expression. In this case it will give as a compilation error. Okay, so one is boolean, one is int, so it cannot define that. Now let's, if you want to run it, it is of giving some undefined types. See, the operator greater than is undefined for the argument types boolean and int. Clear, guys? This one, the nested relation operators is not allowed for the inside expression. Okay, only for two numbers or primitive types except boolean. Okay, we can do for we can use relation operators for all primitives except boolean, and we can't apply for objects also. Clear, guys? Now, now we'll go for equality. Now we'll go for, if you go for see, go and see the document relation operators. We can apply relation operators for every primitive type except boolean type. That's what I have given through example. Both numbers I have given, one character, one number. Okay, both characters and one character and one float also, one double also. All types I have given. Okay, no error in all these cases. If you want, we can copy that. All cases it will go either true or false only, all cases. Okay, true first one, 10 less than 20, and 97 less than 10, it is a false, and 97 less than 65, false, and 98 greater than 95.5, it is a true. Okay, next, The next concept is e- oh, before going there. So is it clear, guys? Up to now? Yeah. If it is clear, then we'll go to equality operators. Equality operators. Now, so equality operators is either two things. One is double equal to one, the other one is not. Okay, explanatory mark one is there. Okay, it is of this is double equality is equality checking, and this is for not equality checking. Okay, this is for single equality means it is of assignment operator, guys. Single equality means it is a assignment operator, but double equality means it is of sorry, double equal means it is of equality checking operator, equality checking. Now let's go and see some examples. We can apply equality operators for every boolean type, including every primitive types, including boolean also, including boolean also we can use equality operators. Okay, now let's see example. These are the operators that we'll use in the example in the real-time coding, guys. So these are the basics that we need to understand. Okay. Now next, comment it now. So what is 10 equal to 20? No. If you want to do of not directly instead of giving of into a equal to 10 or 100 into a equal to 200. Okay. If you want to compare of either directly with the numbers or with the variables. Okay, both is possible. Okay, now a and b is 100 equal to 200. It is not possible, right? It's not correct. So in this case it will give off a false condition. Okay, even along with this we can use of character small a equal to small b. In this case it will give false. Small a equal to 97. It is checking of the equality whether the both values are correct or not. Okay, if it is both are correct, it will give true. Okay, the conditional checking. Okay, even in case of conditional checking also will use of let's say, or else we can say if a equal to b. Okay, then we can say like system.out.println both are same. Okay, next condition, while writing conditional purpose we can use these things. Okay, double equal to system.out.println of both are both are not equal. Okay, like this. So not here directly I have given system.out.println, but for conditional checking purpose we'll use of this equal to operator. Okay, see, both are not equal. Okay, both are same. So in conditional purposes, if or else if both are not equal to, both are not equal to, so we can write multiple ways this one. Okay, a, if you want to satisfy the if condition, then a not equal to b, then condition satisfy. Okay, if a not equal condition is not satisfied means then go for next one. So anyways, yeah, that depends on our requirement. We can write whether not equal to or equal to. Both are not. That if you want to use equal, then one condition. If not equal, we can use of different condition, else condition or else if we can write of multiple conditions for validation of operands or equality checking. Okay. Now we can check equality operators for objects also. We can check not only for numbers, we can check for objects also. Let's take off string s equal to ibc. Okay, ibc. Now string s1 equal to abc. Okay, now or else you can say new string of ibc. Okay, here also ibc. Okay, now what is the value of system.out.println? Yes equal to s1. What is the output, guys? Now what is the output of what is the output now? I have taken one string value. Okay, string s equal new string of ibc. String s equal to s1 equal to small double quotes, directly I have given ibc. What is the output of these two? True. What is coming? Reason is double equal to operator will always check the, it will check the address of the object where exactly it is stored in the memory. Okay, whenever we are assigning double equal to operator means in case of objects it will check the address of the object where exactly it is stored inside the memory, not the content. For content comparison there is a different method that is there, dot equals method. Dot equals method that we need to use for validating of content. Content means the data that is present inside the variable. If you want to come where check the content validation both are equal or not, then in that case we should use dot equals. The double equals operator is always it will check the address of the address of the object where exactly it is stored in the memory. We are creating some object means somewhere it will be stored in the memory, right? So that memory address it will compare it whether this memory address and this memory address are same or not. Okay, let's say if I am giving small ibc, in this case in this case let's say it will give true. The reason is the reason is inside heap memory there is a again some concept is a string concept. I'll explain more on that. If you are creating object by using double quotes, okay, so whenever it is creating same object with the same content, it will not create any new object. The duplicate, it will not create any duplicate objects. Same reference it will assign back to this one. How means, let's say for example, if you are creating object string s equal to new string of ibc, then in this case the object will create in the heap memory like in heap memory, guys. Okay, it will create a equal to s equal to yes, and it contains of value is ibc, and it will point this reference, it will point this one, and the address of this object is address of this object is just assume the address of this object is 1 2 3 abc, like this. This is the address of object in the heap memory. Okay, let's say if you are creating one more object string s1 equal to new string of, okay, new string of ibc, string of ibc, same content with object name is different. Then if you are using of new operator means always it will create new object again. Okay, even the content is same. Okay, now s1 s1. Okay, now it contains of even content is same ibc. Now I arrow. Address of this object in the memory is okay. Address of this object in the memory is let's say 3 something. Okay, let's assume this one. Next, if we are creating object, this whenever we are using yes, yes equal to s1 means it will check this a2 3n 4sd equal to 3hf n sh 3 is not equal to, correct or not? Both are not same, right guys, correct or not? Now it will not double equal to operator will not check whether IBC is or not. It will check double equal to operator will check the numbers A23 N4 SD equal to 4H FSN. Like this, it will check the address where exactly it is stored in the memory. Okay, okay. That is the reason it is giving false. Let's say one more example I am giving. If we are creating, if we are creating string s2 equal to with double quotes IBC. If I am creating object like this means by using double quotes, then it will create object in the memory. Okay, s2, let's create s2. The address of the memory is let's say assume address of this object is A1234 C. Okay, now if I am creating one more object with string s3 equal to double quotes IBC, double quotes IBC. In this case, the compiler will not create object in the one more. What it will check? The content it will check IBC is if already IBC is available anywhere in the object it's already created by using of double quotes, then what it will do? It will create of one more object s3. Okay, it will point to same object again. Okay, then in this case s2 and s3 have both same address is same for s2 and s3. That is what happening just now here. Okay, if you are using new operator, always it will create new object. The address is different for this object, address is new for this object. If you are creating object by using double quotes, then first it is created one object with IBC. Second times while creating object by using double quotes with the same content, it will check is there any object is available already with content as IBC. If it is already available, then it will use the same reference. S3 it will point to the same object. That is the reason it is giving as true in this case. Okay, if you are using new means then it will give us false. Okay, that will see more details in the string class guys, that will see more in the string class. Okay, there is a separate one class is there for string. Inside that we can dig more on that. Okay, that I'll explain it. That's what, see, we can apply equality operators for objects also. For object references, for object references r1 comma r2 returns true if and only if both are pointing to same object. See, test t1 equal to new test, test t2 equal to new test. It is creating up these two are different. Okay, and test 3 t3 is created, t1 object is assigned to t3. So that means t1 and t3 both are pointing to same address. That is the reason it is giving as true. The first one is t1 equal t2 means it is giving as false. Okay, don't worry guys, this double equal to operator will use, I will explain once again in the string concept. Okay, no worry about that. Is it clear guys? I will explain, don't worry. The equal double equal to operator I will explain once again in the string concept. For time being, the double equal to operator is used to check the equality of two values. Okay, either it can be of two objects or two primitive values, anything. Okay, while it is object reference, it is validating means it will check the address of the object, not the content. To validate the content checking, will use of dot equals method is there. There is separate method is there that will check it. Okay, is it okay, guys? Fine, right? Yeah. Okay, guys, that's all for today. We'll meet again on next class. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, please. Sorry. Yeah, guys, can you please someone forward that in the again in the group chat? Sure, sure. Yeah. So someone will. I'll give that message. Someone will forward that all the links and documents in the group. Okay. Yeah. Yes. If any doubt is there, you can ping me. If I'm seeing that, I'll reply. If I'm outside, I'll reply late. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, guys.